Hello everybody, I'm Arkayla. Lovely to have you here. Every single week I do a free reading to give you some guidance and support for your week ahead. This week is a really important week. We move from the end of one energetic era into another. We are on our way to another golden age. And it's probably not going to be in our lifetime. This cycle that we're moving through is a 470,000 year cycle. They're called yugas. I'll let you look that up. But we're ending one yuga cycle and going into another at the end of March and the beginning of April. So this is a really big week. And so the reason I bring this up is because we're being invited to live our lives from a new way of operating. And this is a much more sensorial way of operating. So being in touch with our senses, being in touch with the way that we feel about things. The way that we feel about something is the energy that we're sending to it. It's the way that we're flowing with it or pushing against it. And I'm going to talk to this in some of the readings that come up this week. But as a general overall view, I wanted to bring your attention to it, to invite you to inquire, how do I feel about things in my life? Because the way that I feel is what I'm creating. And in places where you feel really tight, how can I bring in a looseness, a trust, a flow? And sometimes it's as simple as, I'm just going to let this go because I don't know the answer and I don't want to feel like this. Whether it's to do with a person specifically or a situation that just feels like it has no way out. These places in particular in your life are calling you to let go and to just let the flow of life come in and show you the way. This is the new energy, and I know that it might seem very loose, but that's exactly what this is all about. Letting go of old constructs and allowing ourselves to be shown the way forward. And so our ability to hold space for not knowing the future is the skill set that we're going to be really invited to get good at, because holding that space is an uncomfortable space, but it's also a space of great potentiality. And through that space of potentiality can come so many outcomes and scenarios and opportunities that we as individuals could never create or foresee. So it's a really powerful time. I've got 3 readings for you this week. So I invite you to choose a number that feels right for you, and then just go to the timestamps below the video in the copy, and you can go directly to your chosen reading. Enjoy, and I'll see you there. If you chose number 1, the energy that's coming through for you is reflection. And really, this week for you is about pausing. It feels as though you've been doing quite a lot. You've actually had a lot going through mentally. There's been a big cleansing happening. And this cleansing energetically has meant that a lot of mental narratives have been coming up very strongly for you to bear witness to and transform. The reason that you've had so much mental activity is because your system has been going through a very powerful energetic cleansing, largely related to the astrological activity that we've been having around the solar eclipse, as well as the recent equinox and the eclipse before that. So it's been quite a long few weeks for you in terms of navigating a lot of mental activity, mental anguish in some cases. But this week really is calling you into silence, into sitting, into being quiet and mindful, and really pulling back and being in your own energy. It's very important for some of us to sit in our own energy at the moment because there's so much happening, and to really turn our attention within. And this will help us really stay centered and stay regulated and actually focus on what's really important, which is what's going on internally for us as an individual. Even though there is so much call for public responsibility at the moment, the best way for you to take part in taking ownership for who you are, in contributing to the global situation, is by being really mindful of how you feel. And thereby sharing and being the best version of yourself, because through doing that, you are in best service to those around you. So really do take the time this week to pay attention to what's going on within, to maybe not say yes to certain activities and events, and actually just be very mindful of just being in your own company. The invitation is for you to really reflect actually on the person that you're becoming and the person that you want to be. And this is largely because we are going to be moving into this Aries energy, which is the I am energy. And this is all about inviting yourself to consider who you are becoming. And this doesn't mean that you need to know the answer. It might simply be really just questioning who you are right now and asking yourself if you're happy with your current choices, your current decisions, and just opening the doorway within yourself for change and being accepting of change if that's what's required. So introspection, putting yourself on pause, being mindful of your own energy, this really is the invitation for this week. I feel as though there's a powerful month coming in for you. And this is almost like a preparation for it. And when I say powerful, I don't mean disruptive or upsetting or challenging. I mean gently empowering and supportive. And this week is going to be a really beautiful lineup for that experience. So do make the most of it. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you again soon. If you chose reading number 2, what's coming through for you is exhaustion, actually. It feels as though you've been running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. There's actually a large sense of overwhelm, a sense of feeling responsible for a lot of other people. And actually there's just this real invitation to collapse because you have been running at quite a speed. And it's not that you've done anything wrong or right. It's nothing to do with that. It's actually just that now's the time for recovery and recalibration. You've done everything that you needed to do. There wasn't any choice really in your situation. And actually what your guides want you to take from your recent experience is that though you were so busy, you were actually able to stay really present in yourself throughout that. And actually that was a big shift for you. And so what they're really calling your attention to is the change and growth that's taken place within you and how you're navigating challenging experiences, because it's different to how it's been in the past. And they really want you to take stock of the changes that you've made in yourself and give yourself more credit, actually, because you do have a tendency to be quite hard on yourself. And those narratives, those attacks actually sometimes are really disabling. And it's being brought into your awareness now because this is something that's going to be quite a theme for you in the coming months. This increased awareness of how you treat yourself and how you can make changes to this. There's really this choice that's coming in for you at the moment around the relationship that you have with yourself specifically, because this is something that is really ripe for change. For many years now, in fact, since childhood, you were taught to be quite hard on yourself because it was as if you had to earn good experiences or feeling relaxed. Whereas what's coming through for you right now is this invitation to recognize that you deserve feeling good and feeling relaxed all the time. It's not something that you need to earn. It's more something that you now need to give yourself permission to have all the time. And the best way for you to do that is to be really conscious of how you speak to yourself internally. Your mental narratives are so important. This is actually a big part of the work that I do on the Sacred Alchemy Circle 3-month course, which I'm going to be starting again at the end of April. And so if this is something you'd like more information about, you can just check out this link above and it will take you directly to the course so you can have a look at it, because mental patterning is where a lot of our loops come in. It's where a lot of our subconscious beliefs about ourselves manifest through the way that we treat ourselves. And this is largely based on the relationships that we've had with our parents and then how we project them onto our relationship with life as we get older. And so breaking these patterns down and being able to transform them is really the invitation for you over the coming months. And And so it's really about just being able to create some perspective so that you can catch yourself in those moments where you are again falling back into these loops of internal behavior, because this change will change your life. So yes, as I said, do check out the course in the link above. If not, really do sit with this and get some support with it if you need to. There's a lot of amazing coaches out there, therapists that help with this sort of mental patterning, loops that we can spiraling, that we can get stuck in, and just being able to alchemize that, being able to know how to change your mental state from one place to another at will is a game changer for your life experience. So do hold that in your awareness. And when you catch yourself being hard on yourself, don't get upset with yourself, as that just compounds the situation. Just catch that moment and just be really patient with yourself and acknowledge, this is what I've been taught, but I'm going to change this now. I'm ready to change this. And don't worry if you don't know how you're going to change it. Just acknowledging the desire to change it is the first step. I wish you a really beautiful week of rest and recuperation, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. If you chose reading number 3, there's a really big message around abundance. And what's coming through is there's a part of you that has not allowed abundance in. It's like there's a tap and it's subconsciously turned off. And this is all about your sense of worthiness. And this has been coming up for you in the last 6 months a lot. And I feel like you're aware of this, but you haven't really known how to transform it. And that's okay. In the asking the question, how do I transform it? You've already been opening up the valve, so to speak. And what's coming through is that this is really ready to change now. In terms of what you have to do, say yes. Just say yes. Just keep saying, I allow love to flow into my life in every possible form. I allow love to flow into my life in every possible form. And really, as you say it, feel it. I allow, and as you do that, turn on the tap, like see an image of a beautiful big like waterfall that just suddenly starts to pour. Like, I am turning on my abundance. I am allowing love to flow into my life in every possible way. Let it in, they're saying. Let it in. And don't get in your head about not letting it in. It's inevitable for you now. It's actually what they're saying. It's really just about you allowing the flow. There's been a lot of beliefs around all the things you need to do in order to make it happen. And what they want you to know is it's not you that's making it happen. In the same way that the fish never worry about, is there going to be water for us to swim in? And the birds never worry about, if I jump, will the air carry me? Abundance is there for you. The belief that you have to make it happen is the very belief that is stopping the flow. And so really ask yourself, am I ready to just let love in and let it flow to you? Because that way it can come in ways you least expect. You know, my husband and I are currently we're buying land and building a house in Costa Rica. In the meantime, we obviously need to rent somewhere to stay while we do this. And I had a really strong intuition to move out of the place that we're in, and I had no idea where we were going to go. And I realized recently that the reason I wasn't finding anywhere new was because a part of me was still holding on to this place out of fear. And when I really sat with that and let it go, actually through a breathwork session, which I highly recommend, I suddenly got a phone call a couple of hours later from someone who's offered their place for free to us, which is actually bigger than anything I've been looking at. And it's right in the area we want to be, and it's aligned perfectly. And it was because I just let it in. And that's all we need to do, we forget that we manifest from the inside out. And so what you're feeling on the inside is so important. And often we've been led to believe that we have all of this control, and it's overwhelming. And that belief is the belief that can really hold things up for us. And so let this beautiful universe look after you, and say it. Mother, Father, Spirit, I let you look after me. I let you bring me everything I need. Hopefully I'm giving you enough things to say. And feel free to make your own. But you get the gist. It's a flow. It's a flow of love and life. And this is the new energy we're now in. This week is really the end of the old energy and the beginning of the new. It's a really amazing time. And so you aligning with abundance is such a beautiful invitation, because this is what this is all about. It's about how you feel. It's about allowing love in and just letting go of the old beliefs of all the things you have to do. And you'll feel yourself get tight and squishy when you think about things you have to do. And when you are in flow, you feel loose and easy. So really observe your physicality and how you're feeling in your body. I hope that this is helpful. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again soon.